Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah, it's been a bit. I know. I haven't been streaming every day. I've been a little distracted by actual work, getting actual stuff done. Um, that's the way it goes, man. I wait. Oh, is this it? Nope. Hold on. I'm trying to get my. I don't know where. Oh, is this the one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not streaming on the wrong thing. So we're on day 255 now. What have I been doing all these times? I know a couple times I've been streaming in these last few weeks where um, I was working on a stadium. So I'm going to show you that right now. What I've got so far. I just loaded up my Visual Studio. I was reading this agent sessions view as your mission control for agent tasks. Agent sessions view as your mission control for agent tasks. OpenAI Codex integration, built-in planning agent, custom agents and handoffs. I don't know what all these are. I'm going to have to read more about these. I don't know what all these do. Open sourcing inline suggestions, tool pre and post approval, expanded MCP, author support, control Linux, copy text from deleted lines in diff editor, VS Code product icon, compare sources. Is your single view to kick off monitoring view, agent sessions. I don't know. Okay, so what's an agent session? I mean, really. Okay, I still don't fully get the concept of agents. Okay, so I know people call these things agents and they have something to do with. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is the definition of agent. As you hand off tasks to various coding agents, it's important to have a clear overview of your active sessions. The agent sessions view provides a centralized location for managing your active chat sessions. This includes both local sessions in VS Code and sessions created by background agents in other environments such as Copilot Coding Agent, GitHub Copilot, Client, or OpenAI's Codex. The agent session view is now enabled by default and can be managed via the chat agent session view location setting. By default, the agent sessions view lists all your active chat sessions. Because I really like to use it. If it's a way to get multiple things going at once, if I understand correctly. But I guess is an agent just like having two windows open? Is that really all it is, or is there something special about each agent? You know, that kind of thing. So I gotta kind of determine what that is. I'm learning all this stuff about the AI I've been working with, and there are just times when I gotta be honest. I don't know everything. There's too many people out there who are spending all their time learning that. I'm just trying to learn how to get my game developed. So I learn things as I go. Be right back. Now, I know I'm get showing what I've got. All right, so the content of the file is newer. Please compare. Huh? What? What? What are you talking about? Failed to. Okay. I don't know. It's overwrite, I guess. I mean, I would imagine. So I have 0, 1, and 2 are the values for my offense, defense, special teams. 0 is offense, 1 is defense, and 2 is special teams, although I don't truly have a lot of special teams plays. I've come to the decision, for the purposes of my game anyway, both sides of the ball exist every time, which means there is a offensive and a defensive formation for every kind of play, even the special teams ones. All special teams is a different set of players coming in to make your plays, right? And the only reason you even have to have one or two kinds of plays is because there's always both on the field. There's an offense and a defense always on the field. Now on the kickoff, sometimes the team getting the ball is considered the offense, and the defense is the team kicking it. I feel like the team that has the ball at the beginning of the play is the team that is the offense, always. No ifs, ands, or buts. You punt, you're the offense, right up until the other team gets it. They become the offense. But it's like if they intercept the ball, they're still the defense. They're just running the ball back. So basically, on special teams, there's the offense and the defense. If you start with the ball, you're the offense. If you have the ball at the end of the play, whoever has the ball at the end of the play is the next offense on the next play. But you might switch in the middle, but we won't know that until the play's over. But special teams, it generally swaps, right? Well, except for field goals, it doesn't swap until the next play. Or touchdowns, doesn't swap until, well, 2 plays from that, right? Because even then you have that extra point attempt. Anyway, hold on a second. Okay, here's the deal. I wear a retainer. Who doesn't wear a retainer anymore? I mean, really, if you've ever had your teeth fixed, you wear a retainer, or you got lazy and stopped wearing your retainer. But everybody who had their teeth fixed should wear a retainer at night when they go to bed. Some dentists tell you to wear them as much as you can, but I don't. I wear them when I go to bed. Some nights I'll put it on early. Now, if all I'm going to do is sit here and work by myself without being online, I will put it on early. I put it on early tonight, but then I decided to stream. And to be honest, I cannot constantly talk with a retainer in my mouth. My tongue gets irritated. So it's like, okay, I had to take it out. So that's what I did when I turned around. I didn't need you to have to see me pulling the retainer out of my mouth. But I'll tell you about it. I have no problem telling you about it. Okay, so let's go show you where I'm at and what I've got going. So what I need to do right now, I'm at that stage where I need to start getting plays moving. I have players on the field. I have a football field. I have a stadium. I have all that. And now I need to start moving those players around on the field. So what does that mean? Well, I need to start a game, which will call a play, which will start a game session. That game session, in turn, will go through the motions of picking a play and sending it back. Now, there's a lot of little bits and parts that have to be involved there, but to start, it's essentially just I have to have the basic plays, which is a kickoff. So what I'll have to do is start making a couple of pieces that don't fully exist yet. And that means I may have to plug some things in. So I've got a little bit to do because I got to get the game plan functional. So I'm going to have to design a full game plan that just the full basic game plan where every scenario is covered by at least a basic game plan. And then I'll have plays, at least the number of plays necessary to get that done. Now, it doesn't take me that long to develop plays. But so this is what I did. I built a stadium. See my cool little stadium here. Let's turn this off for a minute so I can show you my cool little stadium. Stop it. All right, so you can see I've got my cool little stadium here. So now there's a couple of things that I am, what the heck? All right. I'm not fully convinced on the shallowness of my stadium. It feels like it might not be steep enough. But, you know, when you're zoomed in, you really can't tell, right? So you're looking in at your game, and these are your guys sitting up there. Maybe I'll have to make it steeper, tweak with that. We'll see. But as you can see, I now have a full end zone. I even put a logo in the middle of my field. This is the Vborn Scorned, one of their logos. I designed 2 logos for the Vborn Scorned. I may just go with this one. I kind of like this one better than the one on there, the current existence. I don't have any on their helmets yet. I haven't figured out all that stuff. That's down the road stuff. But I do have, as you can see, I have a couple of players just kind of modeling for me on the field. So you can see I even put some grass texture on the ground. Pretty cool. At least I think so. And I may even have to change that. It looks a little shiny, doesn't it? Should grass be shiny? The light hits it and it's all shiny. So let's go over here and see if I can fix my grass a little bit. I think it's this one. Is that one? Yeah. No, nope. Is it that one? Nope. Maybe it is this one. Grass. Nope. Where is that field? Grass. Thought it was this one. But if it, oh, that's the surrounding area. Okay, I don't know where my grass is. I don't know what I do with it. What do I do with my grass? Football field. It's using football field element. Oh, maybe I did put it in there. There it is, grass. Oh, I must have just dragged the texture straight to the element. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought I could. I don't know why I did that. Why didn't I just do a material for grass? Should have done a material for grass. And that's just the football field. Let's rename this one. This is just generic crap green, so we're going to go football field grass. And apparently I did not put this in as grass. Oh, I did. It is grass. Oh, maybe I am using that one. All right. I don't know why it shows this. Maybe that's the color if for some reason I don't use it. I am not an expert at this stuff, people, so don't. Oh, I did turn off this. Let's see. Let's go to football field. And we will put this. Oh, it is. Okay, so I changed the name, and that's what I got. All right, so it is the right one. Well, that is turned off, so I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It just feels shiny, like there's a sheen to it. And usually turning this off helped with that. Oh, that does make a difference. All right, cool. Let's turn that off. We don't need light reflecting off my grass. My grass doesn't care about light. I'm getting some weird reflections now. Let's just be angles. Alright. Alright, so anyway. So when I zoom in here. It's too close. Too close. There you are. 2 of my guys on the field. These are the ones. These are going to be my starting teams, players. I don't have enough models defined yet. I got a football on the field there, you can see. These guys are going to be my demo guys. They're going to be the ones I put on. They don't have any animations yet, so don't get too excited. They're basically just going to sit in the field and be moved and pushed and be in places. I will eventually add animations to get them going. These meshes are going to change and stuff. I don't know. Again, folks, that's going to be a learning process for me. Hopefully someday I can find somebody who knows what they're doing who can help me with that. But until then, we are just going to go with my good old learning skills. I also kind of considered on this, I put in a cement texture on my stands, but there's some stuff I still need to learn as far as that goes as well. So if you can see, if I go closer here, so there's my texture. It looks a little much though, doesn't it? So let's go here. and see what I can do about my tiling on that. Do I change the texture, or do I think I have to change it on, is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. So I have a pretty high tiling, as you can see. Changing Y doesn't make any difference. Changing this one does. Unless, of course, I'm doing the wrong texture. Must be changing the wrong one. Oh, there it is. So you can see that I have this. The higher I go up, the better my texture looks. It doesn't look as bad. Becomes a little bit more cementy. But that being said, it's also an issue of, I don't know if I like this. See, it looks better when I take the sheen off of it. I don't think this can do anything. Oh, no, it does not help. Let's stick with one. Maybe two? Nope, let's stick with one. It's a layered cement. And it does look okay. Problem is, here's a problem I haven't figured out. Look at my end zones. My cement is using the same cement texture, but for some reason it runs vertically. It's like, why? It doesn't wrap around these curved meshes right. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I did line them up pretty good. I got all my seats and everybody's got, you know, pretty well aligned. And I got them looking pretty good. I actually think it's pretty cool, pretty slick. Is it great? Well, no, it's not expert great, but I did also create banner walls in here. So like here and here, I can put banners on the field. What that means is I can do the ads thing that you see a lot of games do, and I could do it at multiple tiers. I can actually put 3 in if I wanted to have a tall stadium that went, you know, up here. If I wanted to do more than this is 20 tiers. Some stadiums can be. I don't have any overlapping tiers. I haven't figured that trick out yet. That would be interesting. Which case you basically have a floating tier. Yes, it's possible. Like you basically create another stadium, and I would just like put it at, you know, at a Y of something, and if I positioned it right, it would overlap this stadium. Probably be just fine. But I'm not ready to do that. So right now, this is my stadium. This is going to be the one I use while I start developing my gameplay. So let's go turn this on. And let's go ahead and run this puppy. Let's see, what's today? Sunday? No, today's Saturday, so it'll probably be okay. I've noticed that my my login expires once a week, and it seems to expire every Sunday. Sometimes it expires sooner, but I don't know right now. Okay, so this is what the game looks like, and oh no, looks like it expired extra early today. Maybe it expired on Saturday. I'm not exactly sure what I have set there. I may just turn it off. I feel like for my game it doesn't need to be. I mean, for like you don't want your game forcing you to log in all the time, do you? No, of course you don't. But I do have like PC games. Now, yes, this is an online game, sort of. I mean, in that you can't play with other people unless you're online. I do have plans, but I don't know if it'll be on the initial release to make the game able to be played solo. So where you don't play with other people and therefore you're just playing against AI, and maybe you use that as your opportunity to get better. And in which case, maybe you're just playing, you know, playing to learn, or maybe you just want to play offline because you want to be able to go camping and take your phone and play some football while you're out. See, that's the thing. Almost every freaking game on the phone is you know, online. Everything. It's really annoying, and I don't want my game to be that. I mean, I want it to have maybe online elements because that's cool, but at the same time, I don't want my game to be forcing people to be online all the time. I want people to be able to just be online when they want to be. And yeah, you're going to be held up, or like if you're just somewhere where there is no internet, and you just want to be able to pull out your phone and play a game, and you always have to play like what, solitaire or chess or some game where you're not, you know, it's just designed to be offline. There are games that don't have online elements, but I think most games that are of any real oomph require you to be online. Okay, so there you go. There's my new stadium. It's kind of cool. I got my people online. We've created a matchup. We got, now it's not zoomy enough. I feel like you can see my two guys standing in the middle of the field. They really shouldn't be. I got to turn them off. I can't zoom in here. This is not a zoomable scene. I will adjust the cameras to get that closer. I'll probably create some programmatic thing that has my cameras kind of zoom in on the so I'm switching around. This is the offensive and defensive end zones. I don't know why that one is doing something. I don't know why that end zone is showing weird, or by that maybe it's just too far away. You know, it is 100+ yards away. I may have to do something to adjust how far away that is visible. Guessing, because you can kind of see it is still showing the end zone. It's curving here, but I think it just gets so far away it doesn't show it. But I'm hoping that once I zoom in and start getting it going, we'll be able to see it. It's not relevant right now, but so yeah, I can swap around in my field, and now you see my stands, which this thing should probably be behind my stands, but I don't. Let's see, how can I adjust that? I probably would need to go to my. Now this thing, it's actually this thing, right? Oh, I don't even. Oh no. Well, what the heck is that? Oh, is that just? No, that's, why is that on top? I don't know what that is. What is this thing back here? It's a background of some kind, but I don't know what that is. This is the ground, the stadium, football field, end zone, center field logo. Stadium stands, camera manager. I don't actually know. I don't know what this is. Is that my... I don't understand why my stadium is being blocked, is not overlapping. It's not showing above that. I don't know what it is. Can I tell what this is if I click it? Home page background. Oh. So it must... How is that doing that? How come it's on top of my stuff? It's like, is it too close? How far away does it need to be? On a 3D scene, I would not... Is it just yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, it is. It's just cutting off. That's my Jumbotron panel. If I want that to be behind, oh yeah, let's put that back here. So if I want that to be different, I have to move this. Oh no, that's just my Jumbotron. What the heck is, that's not what I wanted then. What the heck is this thing? That's what I want to know. Oh, it is the homepage background. Oh. So if I didn't want that, I could turn it off. Still hiding my, the top of my stadium. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is going on here? Why is the top of my stadium? Is that because my simulation panel is... Oh no, that's the whole screen. I can't figure out why my stadium is being cut off at the top. Is that why? Nope, that changes the size of my thing, but it doesn't show me why it's being cut off. So it's like my Oh, maybe it's what my camera's showing. My camera just doesn't see this top part. That must be what's going on. Huh. So I have plans. This Jumbotron thing, it's not a foregone conclusion that that's going to exist, but I have ideas in my head for it, and so it's sitting there. So bear with me on that one. Okay, so anyway, it's probably just because my camera can't see above. In fact, I wonder if that's the same when I flip it over to the other side. What's weird is, oh, I'm in the side of a cylinder. What if I turn off this cylinder? Or do I even have the cylinder on? Nope. I don't even know. What is that thing? Don't know what that is. I don't know. Don't know everything, man. I don't know. Something's cutting this off. I thought it was the camera, but I guess if it is the camera, both of these are set exactly the same, so they're both cutting it off for the same reason. That's probably part of it. Yeah, I need to attach these to like the football and have them just be closer to the football. That's what I think I'm gonna have it do, and then I can zoom. Now there's supposedly like zoom features and stuff I can stick on these cameras, but again, don't know what I'm doing. So let's see. Viewport rect. Target eye. Football sim. Is there a... There's some way to attach these cameras to things too, but texture, priority, okay, post-processing, background type, skybox. I don't know what that means either. Volume mask, universal additional camera data script. Clipping planes. I don't know what the difference is between a physical camera. Oh, so you can get your camera to act different. Interesting. But none of these say anything about zoom. Shift, aperture, focus distance, aperture shape, plate count, curvature, barreling, clipping. Huh. I was reading something somewhere that said I could have it zoom. I don't know where. Okay, so it's irrelevant. That's my field. I wanted you to see it. And so that's what my scene's going to look like as I start. Now, what that requires is the next step is for me to be able to start a game and request plays. And so that's what I'll be doing this week. And that means I have to create some plays, which I will also be doing this week. So what that means is I need to go and start my play editor. Now, my play editor does not exist in Unity. Will it ever exist in Unity, you ask? I don't know. I mean, maybe, possibly. There's a chance. Oh, by the way, I was watching a video today about how to create terrain, and my brain started running like crazy. And now I'm visualizing me changing this entire thing to a render 3D scene. And then I can put in my own custom buildings and just put them in places. I have a dream. I may even try to model this just because I think it's cool. But, you know, something about put some trees out here and put the grassy moss down here and try to put some mountains in. I don't know. I don't know if I can do the mountains, but we'll see. And then I want to like try to get some 3D models of these parts and just put stuff in on the field. Because see, the advantage is once they become objects, they become clickable. And I can build them. I can create different versions of them and drop new versions in the same place. I just need to, you know, like I can get rid of this and maybe even take my current existing 3D stadium and drop it in right inside the thing here. And build what, so zoom it out. Actually take my 3D stadium as is and just zoom out to the back of the field, and now it's my stadium just sitting there in the middle of the whole thing. That would mean getting rid of this stuff, of course, because my stadium's going to be in there. I also need to get rid of a lot of this, and I have no idea how I'm going to do lights, but don't get caught up in the minutia. We'll get there. We'll figure out something. But I think it'll be cool to have like an actual stadium. I think the lights thing might work. I don't know. I don't see why not, right? I mean, it's a flow thing, and you're going to have what, simply just a bunch of lights that come in, and then the angle of those come down on the field. And why not? Provide enough light on there, maybe my guys will show up better. But then I don't have to have all these buildings if I'm not using them. That's kind of what I'm thinking is I can drop buildings down, like maybe just use this one for like the coach's cottage, the coach's home. I don't know. I don't know what the different terminologies are for fantasy style buildings. You know, did they have offices in fantasy style places? I don't know. By the way, I don't have any dwarves in my game, and I don't have any elves. That's, I say it's fantasy Tolkien-esque, but it's because nobody had that as a name option for when I was doing the anagrams for the team names. I was unable to do elves and dwarves. They just didn't come up. I thought it would be fine. But I could technically create players and say, okay, these players are elves, because maybe that's what I need to do for some of my human players. Make them into elves of some kind. Because they don't need to be called elves. I mean, like some of them I have the cronies, which could just be, I could call, maybe make them really old dwarves or something. have them be dwarves. Dwarves can be old. Depends on the particular world you're built in. Elon. I think it's Elon. Is not like Elon Musk, but like Elon, like the planet, is a world for Rhaeria, for Rhaeria, who's a team of criminals for hire, I guess they are. It's a whole book series, the Rhaeria Chronicles, and there's a prequel to it, and then the Rhaeria is something or other. There's like 6 or 7. No, there's not. I think there might even be 9 or some books, and I'm already reading like the 9th one. It's great series. Listen to it on Audible. They do a really good job. I'm digressing, but I'm just saying. And there, dwarves live long. They don't live as long as elves, who can live to be, thousands, I guess, or close to 1,000. Whereas dwarves can live to be a few hundred years old. 400 or 500 would be an extreme, but they can live up to. Now I know in like D&D worlds, dwarves tend to live about the same as humans. Elves can live much longer, I think hundreds, but I don't think they can live to be thousands. So anyway, I have some humans that could easily be something else. They're not humans. They look like humans. They could be elves. Maybe I'll do one as elves and one as dwarves. I don't have all of these guys, especially the humans I don't even have 3D models for them yet. So some of those guys might just be, maybe that will be a perfect opportunity to put in some classic D&D style characters. Maybe I won't call them that because they aren't going to be called that, but they might look like that. And that would be kind of cool. And I want to make guys proportionally a little bit bigger and smaller. Like dwarves, I might make them small, and the elven guys might make them tall and lanky. And they won't be called elves, but maybe when you see them with their helmet off for like their card images, you'll see the pointy ears on them. Because a lot of them, when they're on the field, you're not going to see nothing, right? Because they're wearing helmets. So, but I'll have all the dwarves have big bushy beards or something like that. Like now, I don't plan to have a bunch of different versions. At best, you can have like some colorings and various minimal types of editing. I want to be able to edit some of these things, but that's not high priority. Let's get the rest of the game working. Okay, so as I say, I'm going in. I started my, I think it's this one. Anyway, so here's the website that this is where I started, by the way. The very first rendition of my game, if you go back 1 year ago, I'm actually probably more than a year now, officially having started this over a year ago. If you go back and look at one of my very first streams on this channel, as a matter of fact, for this, go look at November. It's kind of grainy, and to be honest, I don't know that even my current ones are all that great in the future. I don't know. I wasn't impressed by how it looked. I don't know why it was so bad. I mean, it's the same cameras. So if my cameras and my OBS or settings are bad, I don't know. So I apologize if my post view images aren't great. I don't know why. If these are too small, maybe I'm not big enough fonts. If I am, if you need me to use bigger fonts, let me know. I can make things bigger. There's no reason why I can't. See, I'm going to do like that. Make them easier to read. I probably should, just for the sake of for being nice to those that are watching. But you can only zoom the code window. You can't really zoom anywhere else. Okay, so let's go here, and we'll go to my git bash. So something else I have uses a localhost 3000. I think it might be my my YouTube thing, so I'm gonna have to change that so they're not bouncing off of each other. Load her up, man. Okay, so this one throws me off sometimes when I'm looking at this, and I'll tell you why. This is a different user I have. Okay, note there's no menu on this one. I did not put the icon menu. You know why? Because this one's cool. I say that because you can click the houses. I have this set up so you can click the field to go to the gameplay, which isn't set up as I do as I have it in Unity. This is a totally different screen. When you click here. Oh, doesn't even look like, oh, there it goes. All I have is my streamer game and POC game. This is actually not bad grass, but this is not a texture. This is actually a turf grass, I think. And as such, I don't know that I would use it. I could for variation, but what I really want to do is, I don't know, actually, this is not a bad looking grass. I may have to consider that as an option, test it out. Because you can make any PNG into a texture, right? But I want to get a lot of different terrains, but I'm not going to have like turf. I don't want to have any fake stuff because, again, this is a fantasy world, and this is like you're playing in a fantasy setting. So my settings are all going to look a little more fit the aesthetic of my game. So this is my coach's hut. Not everything works. As you can see, I have some stuff that has broken since the last time I've been in here. So my game plan's not currently loading. I need to fix that, obviously. There's some tweaks and stuff, but it doesn't matter here. I can actually create the game plan, I believe, in my Unity side of things. So I'll probably get that going there. But what I do need is to go into my playbook here. Again, this is not fully functional either. I can't actually drag plays over here, but images and all this kind of works the same in my Unity app. One of the things I'm actually thinking I want to do too, notice how I open the scroll and you're in here and then everything scrolls vertically. So if you got a lot of plays, you see them going down. I don't like that. I'm actually, plus I changed my icon here, doesn't have this weird border on it anymore, so that's kind of crucial. But what I want to do is I'm going to swap the scrolls with a new kind of scroll that runs vertically, which makes a lot more sense when you're scrolling vertically. If the stuff stuck left and right, it's not going to change, then my scroll opening right to left doesn't make any sense. So I gotta fix that. But it's an image thing. I gotta tweak and make my scrolls open up, and then when you're scrolling down, it kind of has that image. It would be cool if I was good enough at making it look like the scroll actually turns. So when you scroll down, it does an animation that rolls the scrolls. It'd be cool if I could just make the scroll end spin, right? So it just looks like when you go down, they spin this way. When they go down, they spin the other way. And this way it would just kind of look like it'd be fake, but it'd be kind of cool to see that animation. That means I'd have to cut these off completely, and then I have to turn them to 3D objects so that they could actually spin. I don't know if I can do that. Yes, it can be done. The statement was, I don't know that I can do that. Okay, so here's my offense and my defense. So in theory now, I should have... okay, so I only have 9 plays here. So this did not show all of my offense. So that means either some of them didn't show. See, I'm not seeing any of my... Oh, wait. Are they here? No, okay, so that didn't work. So I think my my screen here might not be showing me all of my... I don't have any specials. They do some runs. And I do have some simple run play one. Okay. So I got some things to fix, obviously. I need to make a thing, but you can, if I go back to my, this did not load some of my plays, so there's a couple of reasons for that. Let's go see what the difference is. We'll go back here and look at my, what was the name of that play? Let's go see what's missing. Not you. You. Okay, so we got, let's go I formation. I formation. Okay, so we got I formation right there. Offense, defense, special team. Okay, so oh, maybe it's not 0, 1, and 2. Do I have these backwards? Are they supposed to be 1, 2? Oh, 3 is special teams. Oops. Probably should fix that. Oops. But that doesn't mean I don't have any. So, so I have 9. See, how is this best? I'm trying to think of the best way to... I almost don't... I don't know if I want to have a different document for every... I think what's happening in my database is I have a different document for every play, which I'm not sure is what I want. FPFM, and there's a couple. I may be doing some significant alterations on how I do this. I'm trying to prevent excessive collections. So I have this formations one, right? But I also have a thing called system lists. So system lists right now only has team abbreviations, which is every team abbreviation. By the way, these are only real life team abbreviations. I don't have system or game team abbreviations. But I also have other lists. So I have play types, which has every play type here, right? I don't know that I have a need for, how many play types do I have? 31 play types. Honestly, I don't think there's a need for that many play types. I really don't. So I got run middle, run right, run left, that's 3. Pass short, medium, long, screen, goal line, run middle. Did I already do run middle? Oh, that must be a defensive play. Okay, so this is run middle. So this is defense plotting for a middle type run. Maybe, you know, you're prepping. That's how your players are going to respond to it. So maybe run wide, man, zone. These don't plan for any particular thing, but they are, that's what they're focused on. But see, defensive plays, the thing is, my plays themselves can theoretically have more than one play type, right? So offensively, you have a run middle, run right. But you can do a zone defense that does run middle and zone. Like maybe a defense might actually have multiple play types. They focus on more than one thing. That's what I think. Prevent, zone again. Why do I have a pass zone and a pass zone? I got two pass zones. See? It's not even different. They're just two pass zones. So I think there's a problem. I got some duplications. Pass man, corner. So yeah, I got some duplications. I got to go look at my play types list. Fix that. It's too many things. But, okay, so when I pick plays, my game plan can assign game plans. But do I really need separate documents for every play type? I don't know if I need a separate document for every play type. I think I could just give that information in there, and the play type is this stuff, right? So I click on all these things, and I mean, it's only 3 values. I mean, why can't I just keep them all in one? I don't know. Is it more efficient? Is it faster? I just grab the one I want based on their information, which I guess it depends on how you want your data stored. I feel like if it's not enough data points, there's no reason to have a list item is oftentimes 1, 2, or 3 values. And really all this is the base play type, it's a blitz, right? That's what it is. The play type is, we're calling a base play type blitz. Play type group is, it's basically just means, I don't know, maybe I may have to even change this, but ultimately it's going to be, you got 1 or 2 values and that's your list. So why do I need to have, like, I could have a system list and just call play types, formations, blah, blah, blah. And then they're just all in there. I don't know how many different formations I really need. I mean, there may be 100, but it's still only 100. That's not very many. Even if there's 200, I don't think I'm going to ever have 200 formations. That seems like an awful lot. But there could be a lot of formations. And the more formations you get, the more kind of weird your plays get, right? So I'll be adding in all that. But again, it's not that many values to be in a single record. And it's actually a lot easier to not have to scroll down 1 million documents to find. If I want to go look at the 31st item, I got to expand like 2 or 3 times to get to the 31st document. If these are all in one play type, which you saw I already had duplicates, so I don't even need that many, it'd be pretty simple to scroll down 20 or 30 lines here. Easy peasy. I can find it quick with a search. There's no needing to do a query to find things. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing that. Same with formations, which might be bigger, but again, easier to find stuff if I just have them in one document. And it'll also simplify the complexity of my, like I have route action types. Now these are important, but there's only, so many, and I may add more, but again, 20, 30, 40, 50, not a big deal. I would like to call those route actions. Route action types. So all these things, play types, route action types, formations. Now rules is pretty big, so I could see having that. There may only be a few documents, but each one has a lot of stuff because this is the seasonal rules. Now, right now, the only rules options I'm supporting are seasonal. So you can pick what year of rules you want, and it'll tell you what it is, but you're going to be playing under the rules of the NFL on some given year. At least for now. I haven't decided about the whole, maybe I'll build a thing where those are the settings you get. But I can eventually add in something that lets you actually tweak that stuff. Again, I'm not a huge fan of that because when you play with other people, you want everybody to be playing under the same set of rules, And having people customizing, then you're like, oh, I'm joining this league that's got this weird set of rules, you know. But when you go to join a league, I want you to be able to join that league. You're basically taking on a team. You're not bringing your own team with you, but you're taking on a team when you join it. And you have, it'll tell you what season of, what the rules are, 2019 season rules. Now, right now, I've got one document in here. It's game whatever 2023. I feel like there's more rules I could add. There's a lot of weird things, but I would like to add in different rules for different sets of rules for every season. So I could have 2023, 2024, 2025. Every year they've changed rules. Put it all in there, and then I can implement whatever ones I want, but to at least have the basic sets of rules. Now, another thing you'll see in a lot of Madden, you'll see in Madden games, as well as a lot of other, even management games kind of do this, and I'm torn on it. I'm actually planning to work on my balance in games. And that is, if weather is a thing, if it's snowing in the game, I want it to have an effect. But I'm going to try to create balanced scenarios where the game kind of mimics real true to life. And yes, I have theories on how to do that. I have theories. And I'm hoping to be able to tweak that with adjustments on my system logs. So, or I'm not sorry, my system settings. And I have a plan. I'll have thousands of system settings. I can tweak everything, and then I am going to be running a bunch of what I call them balance testing. Automated balance testing, where certain types of actions are run thousands and thousands of times to try to see if I'm landing in the sweet spot of success for the typical type. Now, it's hard to, you know, you're basically just trying to take random players and have them all kind of go up against each other. Like maybe based on depth chart, maybe I have all my number ones bouncing off each other, my number twos bouncing off each other, my number threes, and just kind of testing how certain things outcome given certain scenarios. Like maybe I'll have, you know, if there's a snow effect and I add it, and then what's the effect of those players, you know, dropping the ball or not, or maybe I have to define whether it's wet snow or if it's heavy snow, or what kind of actions are affected. I mean, maybe catches aren't really affected if it's light snow, but maybe the ground is, you know, slippery. You know, if it's raining, you might have a more slippery ground. You may have less grip, or all these kind of things that might have an effect in percentages and chances of fumbles. And so, but only certain parts of the games are affected, not absolutely everything, right? Because maybe, I mean, rain might have a pretty heavy effect. Snow, maybe not. If it's light, if it's heavy snow, it could affect visibility, which means your throwing accuracy could be off. Wind, all those kind of things could make things kind of interesting. And of course, it comes down to the chance of gusty winds. A lot of stuff. I want to get all that stuff in there to a point, but I'll do little bits at a time, and it'll slowly get better and better over time. Again, it's just right now, basic stuff. And that means getting your basic sets of stuff. Now, these kind of things, quarter time, down. See, extra point yards to go in 2023 has been 15 because they've been kicking extra points from the 15-yard line. But that wasn't always the case, right? We were kicking them from the 2, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. How long have they been doing it from the 15? I don't think they've been doing it for very long, relatively speaking. But anyway, that's kind of new. Anyway, I got to figure out why I'm not loading up all my things here. So what that means is going to my formations, and I got to Let's go down. I still haven't figured out. I'm still not very good at Mongo. My Mongo skill writing is, or query writing is bad. Sorry, guys. I mean, I know SQL, and I love writing SQL. It's easy. But, team stats, skill review, salary reset, players. All right, let's go here, and let's do a new conversation. Can you create for me a new? I'm starting to get it. I mean, it's getting easier and easier for me to edit Mongo files, but I'm still not very good at actually creating them. It's just kind of, I don't know, it feels clunky. You have to know all these methods, and I mean, I guess you have to know it in SQL too, but I know them in SQL. Of course, if I don't keep doing SQL, because I'm not doing SQL now, I haven't done SQL in over a year, but I used to be really good at SQL, SQL Server. But, you know, go long enough without doing it. It's been, geez, a year and a half since I last did anything in SQL. Can you create for me a new MongoDB.js playground file that selects, that returns count of all the returns a summary result of my formations collection. How give me counts of each of the defense special team formations. I think that's all. I mean, I don't even know if there's anything else I need from this. Oh yeah, maybe I don't want to put formations in a single list. I forgot this really has a lot of detail. I mean, it can, but this is just one record. And it's not stored like my JSON is stored. My JSON stores slightly different. I mean, if I was to put 200 in here, this would get kind of unwieldy. I don't know if I like this. I might have to change how the IDs are because I want them to be unique, but I also feel like, I don't know, I just like to be able to find my formations. And it's just really kind of a pain to find them. Can you create for me a new MongoDB playground file that returns the summary results of my formation collection? Give me counts of each of the offense, defense, special team formations. I don't have any other, what else? And allow me to return the list of what do I want a list of? Allow me to return a particular information based on 4 and allow me to return all the formations of a off diff special team value as a secondary result. Then create a new query and then create another query playground file that allows me to provide a formation name for ID by changing the values. If I don't change any value, the query should act as a select query showing only the position settings for that play, for that formation. Because I can't change my formations, I'm trying to give myself an editable one just in case I don't like the way it is, you know, I want to tweak it. The query should act as a select query showing only the position settings for that formation. But allow me to set to change the positions settings by providing the player position and new value for X, Y, or group. Let's see what Claude comes up with. Basically, I'm just trying to give myself some more playgrounds I can work with for editing plays. I don't think my playgrounds are all that well organized, to be honest. I mean, they're badly named. I mean, they aren't badly named. They're not descriptively named, so I guess that does make them badly named. They kind of give me so right now I would have to run these queries, some of them, to know what they do. Only ones I know that are action queries are the select queries. Let's go and just let it create these things. So it's creating my MongoDB. Is that the one it created for that? All right, so let's see what we got here. Select your football simulator database, print messages about what we're doing. Team stats data, that's not the right collection, it's formations. Let's go ahead and just say, sorry, the formation, the Mongo collection formations are stored in is the Here is a sample document from the collection to help with the let's try to give it some more information that it can actually do it right. Because it was doing it off of team stats data, which is not the formations I was referring to. So let's get these things kind of updated to be correct. It's interesting because it didn't change this at all. And in fact, where is it putting these files? I don't even see where is it writing this stuff? It said both playground files. Where are these playground files? Do I need to refresh? So it's got MongoDB.js formation summary. Oh, there they are. All right, so formation summary and formation editor. I will go with this one first. Let's see what this runs for me, shall we? This one doesn't have any real queries. It just gives me some summary. All right, so we got offense, 9 formations, 6 formations, formation names for offense, 9 offensive formations. I don't know why we have double requests, but so I've got 9 offensive and 6 defensive. One of the things I've noticed, what I wanted to do, I have FMT as my formation start, but what I may actually have to do is give myself a little bit more. I want my formations to be a little more descriptive, right? Offense, defense. It'd be nice to know which of these offensive and defensive are special teams. So I wonder if I should go for, since I'm only doing these through JSON imports to update them. So what I do is I deploy my JSON edits, and then I run system init, and it'll import all my new data. So it's the easiest way to get things from to the various locations. Now, I haven't figured out the best way necessarily to, what I'll probably do as each time I do a deploy, have an automatic call that executes system init. So once it goes, system init just runs every time I deploy to a new environment. This will make sure that anything I put in there new that is, meant to be ran, it'll process and regenerate whatever data I need. Because there's going to be some stuff in there that eventually won't get ran. I have 1 or 2 functions that make major changes, major setup for the database, but they don't get called unless I call those specifically. So what I'll do is I just have it do the normal, which is to update any, it's basically lists and things like, that's where I'll deploy my default playbooks and default game plans, and all that stuff will go in as a JSON file that gets generated and ran into the new Mongo database. Okay, guys, well, it's 10:40. I got to call it. I'm going to continue to make these plays. I'll probably be working on that over the next couple of days. Just trying to make sure I have enough. I got to make sure that this guy here can actually scroll. I have 9 offensive plays. So what's that telling me is I may not have all my new plays. Because this is only going, that's only 15. And I just put in a bunch. I have like 28 more. So I may not have ran my system init. Let's do a quick thing first. We're going to go to my terminal. And let's go to bash. We're going to go clear FPFM go/system init. And did I do that wrong? Clear cd pffm go ms system init. Oh, there we go. And then we just do go dot. So this is basically, it builds in all the new stuff, puts in my new formations. Now let's see if I run this again, I should get different numbers. There we go. 18 offensive, 8 defensive. So I think it set some of my plays wrong. They're not all supposed to be defensive. Some of these are not supposed to be offensive. And as such, some of my formations are weirded. And I can't really easily edit these. See, STs are special teams. Oh, I like the way it did that. Okay. That might work. Because again, I just need to come up with a way to get additional information in there. I could do it. I could change the way some of these are like ST001. I should call it O and D. ST001 and D001. It just allows me, it really doesn't matter because like I said, I'm only doing through a JSON file. But then I have a way to easily know which ones are offensive and defensive just by looking at them in my JSON list. Because I could end up with a bunch. I think there's potentially 100, 200, 300, 400 formations. Will I put them all in? In time, I might just keep adding formations. Because I want to be able to give lots and lots and lots and lots of play options. Now, some of those, I think you basically have double, right? Because you can flip a play. Which means I have to give the option to flip a play. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I mean, maybe because maybe they don't actually. Maybe they do that. They don't mirror plays. I mean, maybe a play is run right, run left, the same play. It's just you call it and then that's it. It is simple to flip a play. The code wouldn't care. But how do you? If you say you want to run a particular play, do you like running it to the right? One thing I also do. Plus, I want to be able to, I mean, I'm probably down the road. I haven't figured out how best to allow users to be able to assign players to plays. Like say you want a particular play to go to, like you might run the same play. Maybe you've run the same play 5 different times. But you have it sometimes where you focus on receiver 1 or receiver 2, receiver 3. It's up to you. But maybe you have it been. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah. Can you pick a play? Is my game plan going to allow you to pick a play and then make a particular player the primary? And is it you making it the primary because he comes in at a position, but then you're kind of breaking the way my play editor is working. So yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think what I may end up doing is just if you want a particular play, maybe I'll have ways to filter them out, and there will be plays created for the tight end and plays created for the receiver number 2, and you just pick those. And because there are plays that you can create for a particular person, just makes them the primary, and that means it's the first person that the quarterback tries to throw to. And also maybe it's the player you come back to. Like if he's doing his check downs, he might check that player, check 1, check 2, check 1, check 3, check 1, check 4, to see who's open. And you're giving that primary guy an opportunity to be the one that gets the ball. Some quarterbacks are probably going to be better at that than others. We'll see. They got to be able to make those decisions quickly. Anyway, I'll get there. We're there. We're moving in that direction. Once I get a kickoff play in, first thing I'll do is I'll just create the play. And then I have to go through the process of having the game start the game. I've already got it starting the game and loading the players. The next step is going to be start the game, and then maybe do I start putting stuff on the screen, like scoreboard and all that. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff I can implement later. How you the fanciness of coming in, the anticipation of building up to get a new game going, but all that stuff comes later. That's the pretty, right? I mean, doing all that stuff is the pretty. It's not the game. Yes, you want the pretty because I want a pretty cool simulation in time, but I want an effective, functional